Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well. It's been a little while since I filmed a video because we are currently going through a heat wave at the moment in the UK and it is absolutely unbearable. I'm being a very stereotypical Brit in that I cannot cope at all with the heat, so it's just not been comfortable at all to be able to film. So I'm doing it now while the temperature has cooled down for once and I can actually breathe. So I thought I would do a sort of a catch-up chatty video talking you through this traveller's notebook now that I have finished my customizations of it, and talk to you about what I'm journaling with at the moment. So I'll show you this one first. If you've seen my previous videos on it, you will know that it is a Traveller's Company Camel Traveller's Notebook, which I cut down to the B6 slim size. The latest thing that I've done to it, I've stamped Mischief Managed at the top there, which is a Harry Potter reference if you didn't know. And I've also put Be Curious at the bottom there. And a little flower stamp. And at the back I've put Magic with another flower stamp, and you can see here these ink stamps that I've done as well. So yeah, this is what it looks like now, and I absolutely love it. I'm so glad that I have done all this customization on it. I first put Mischief Managed, and then I wasn't sure if putting Be Curious would be a bit too much, like it would look like I'd done too much to the front, but I went for it and I'm really glad that I did because I think it looks better with it. It kind of balances it out a bit more. And I used this towards the end of July for Junk Journal July, which I was participating in, and I absolutely really love how this insert has turned out. So this is a handmade junk journal that I did for it. I still need to do Detail and Explore, which are the last two prompts for the challenge. But I am so chuffed with how it's turned out. When I finally get around to doing it, I will do a completed flip through because I love it and it actually brings me a lot of joy just flipping through the pages. So yeah, and that's the kind of the furthest I've gotten into a challenge like this. So I'm quite proud that I've basically nearly finished it, other than the last two that I need to do. And you've probably seen this back pocket here. I don't know if I last showed you in the last video that I've stamped over the wonky stitching and it looks so much better. I did talk about it on Instagram, but yeah, it looks significantly better, just disguising the terrible stitching that was done. And this is just a stamp that I have, and it kind of looks like vine leaves, so I was really pleased with how that turned out as well, and I just really love it. It's got such a nice patina on it. Yeah, it's one of my favourite traveller's notebooks, definitely. If you watched my not my junk journal July, my one book July video, you'll know that I'm in a passport size journal and I was using my green apple pig leather traveller's notebook, and I decided to challenge myself to stay in that traveller's notebook for the whole month, and I basically did until like the last couple of days of July, because this traveller's notebook turned up that I bought from Elrohir Leather and it is absolutely beautiful. It's really, really stunning. It's a field note size one, but I do have my passport size journal inside, and it's made with vintage satchel leather, which is very interesting. It's really thick leather, it's got these beautiful markings on it, and at the back it has this wonderful feather carved into the back pocket, and it's absolutely stunning. It's definitely another one of my favourites, because it's so unique with it being vintage leather. Soon after I'd bought this, I did say I'm going to stop buying brand new leather traveller's notebooks. If I'm going to buy any more leather from now on, it will be second hand. I did speak about it a little bit on my Instagram if you follow me there, but I absolutely love this. I just think it's very unique and I love this pocket. I love this bit here. It's a bit strange thing to say, but I've always wanted a traveller's notebook with this kind of weird mark on. I've seen a couple of, what's it called, Sojourners with this mark on the front pockets and things like that. I think it's just from where they've clipped the leather to hold it together. maybe during the tanning process or something. I don't know how it works, but I just think it looks really interesting. It's just an unusual mark. And yeah, I'm still in my passport. It does take me a little while to get through journals. I don't journal every day, I just journal as and when I feel like it. But I really am still enjoying the smaller sizes. I think once I finish this, I'll be in a field note size, handmade field note size journal that I have. Or maybe a passport sized one that my pen pal friend Nicole made for me. I'm not too sure. But yeah, that's my little setup at the moment with a brass button on the front. I think it looks really cute. And again, if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen this. I absolutely love it. So I have never ever shown any interest before in having a ring planner, so like a Filofax or anything like that. It's just never interested me whatsoever until I recently watched Mrs. Brimble's Christmas planning videos, and I watch her videos all the time, especially her Christmas ones. They're my favourite. And she was showing her red Filofax, and now I also want a red Filofax to use for Christmas, but I thought I'd have a look on eBay and I found this one. It's a Paperchase one, which is a stationery shop here in the UK that sells notebooks and things like that. And it came out in 2014 and I absolutely love it. So I bought it on eBay for £10. I was the only bidder, and the eBay listing just had a photograph of the front and no other pictures. So once I'd put a bid in for it, I was the only bidder, I'd won it, I'd paid for it. I messaged the seller if she could send me any other photographs. I wanted to make sure that the rings inside were okay and things like that. And she sent me a picture of the back and I couldn't believe it because I absolutely love foxes. I am very passionate about foxes. And I just couldn't believe it. It was just like it was meant to be. So yeah, on the front it's got this beautiful owl and a frog and a couple of other bits and bobs. And that is the back. It has this little dangly charm. I'll do a proper setup video, but I'll just show you briefly. I've set it up autumnal themed because this heat is killing me and I want to think of nicer, colder days that are ahead. And I'm still playing around with how I want to use it. I kind of like the idea of journaling in it as well as sort of basic planning and lists and things like that, but I will do a full video on that. I've also sprayed it with some protective shoe spray that I have that I use for my Converse shoes, which are made out of this sort of canvas material. So yeah, just to try and protect it for as long as I can, because it's this kind of creamy colour. I know it'll get probably dirty quite easily, so I put a protective spray on it. And yeah, I really, really, really love it. And I think it's so cute, and it was just meant to be. And the funny thing is I remember going into Paperchase, and it was the first place that I bought my first ever roll of washi tape. I was with my boyfriend. And it's funny that it came out in 2014 because that's the year that my boyfriend and I started dating. So I'm very sentimental about things like that and numbers and stuff. So I just think it's kind of funny that this planner is so very me and that it also came out in 2014. And so that is it for today's chatty little video. I do have more videos that I want to film. It just kind of depends on the weather at the moment. But that is basically where I am with my journals and planners. So thank you so much for watching, guys. As always, I really appreciate all your support and all of your comments. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye!